Hey guys, I'm Jason Halbert, and I'm the music director and keyboardist for Kelly Clarkson. I was actually hired by Randy Jackson. There wasn't a live band at the time, and he called me and said that he had these two singers, Justin Guarini and Kelly Clarkson, and would I put a band together and go do the TV promo. Met Kelly, walked in the room, and she introduced herself and found out I was from Texas. I think I literally got hired because I was from Texas. She kept me on from that moment on. Playing with Kelly is always an adventure. She's passionate, and the emotion in her performance drives everything. Iconic keyboard intro that I just realized today that must have changed somewhere along the years, but it's, just... Yeah, and there's some cool minor ninths in there that I really enjoy, especially the second verse.
I lose my way, and it's not too long before you point it out.
And there's this rhythm that's happening there, da-da, 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 and it's a little trickier than you think it is because it's counter going to the accents from the vocal melody. And on verse 2, I kind of all of a sudden my fingers become a backup singer for her. I like harmonizing with the lead vocal when I can. So verse 2 is. A good trick for keyboard players if you're not sure exactly when the singer is going to hit. I always just roll, so you'll hear a lot of. Because it's very ambiguous as to where that actual downbeat is, and everybody's like, oh my goodness, you followed her so well. And it's like, well, one of these 10 fingers followed her well. We're not sure which one it is. This is because of you.
Restored my faith that a man can be kind and a father could stay.
And I've talked a lot about not getting in the way of vocal, but this song in particular, there were certain words that impacted me that I wanted to shine. So when she says I was worthless, that's such a key line. You don't want to hit anything on that. So I just remember just pausing and letting her hit it for emotional impact. Afterwards, we went out to dinner, and I remember management getting phone calls. The reaction was so strong. It was one of those true viral moments. They asked us to go in the studio. We went either that night or the next morning over to Henson, recorded the song, just her and I, and it was on radio by Monday. And that was the version that got nominated for a Grammy. So it was a very, very special moment. I was proud to be a part of the genesis of that song. I mean, she wrote the entire song herself, but she played me her voice memo of it maybe 2 years before the album came out. And we have similar childhoods, so it impacted me a lot emotionally. And then when I heard the final version, and it was really cool. It had a lot of great sounds in it, but something in it lost the emotion for me. I remember on that tour, maybe about a week and a half into the tour, I said, I just love the emotion of the song. Can we try just a piano-only version? And so we did it, and then we kept it that way for the rest of the tour. It just allowed the words of the song to come out so much more. So it's one of my prouder moments.
Piece by piece.
She had an idea for a song, and as she typically does, she just sends me an a cappella voice memo. We try to work out chords first, and it was just very... And I was just trying to find a common thing that we could keep in there, so, this... It feels like a guitar part. I'm always thinking of, especially for synth parts, I'm trying to imagine what would a guitar player do. It stays relative with chords. So it's a fun song. get the privilege of writing a song with somebody or producing it, you can always add in the things that just make you happy. And I have to say, a 4 minor chord, for whatever reason, is one of my favorite chords of all time. For some reason, it's just so, I feel I'm very Spinal Tap right now, because it's just, that's why we have the, yeah, I love that. The other writer, Mark Townsend, he's an incredible guitar player. I'd been in a couple of bands with him before, and so he brought the main guitar to the table, then I believe Howard Benson produced it. Yeah, this was one of the songs, I love doing it both ways. I love being a part of writing a song and I get to produce it, but it's just as enjoyable when you hand it off to another producer because they bring so many ideas to life. We have been doing what we call fan requests. I introduced it back on the first tour, and as music director, I always feel like I'm having to walk the line between I serve the artist I'm working for, so every decision needs to be made with what makes that artist shine the best. But I'm also a huge advocate for fans because I'm such a fan of music. Because Kelly already had so many covers, I thought, wouldn't it be fun to do a new song every night? We'd get 200 requests plus per show, and then Kelly would choose one and we perform it that night. On the show, it's interesting. I get about 1.5 to 2 minutes to work with, and so I joke all the time. It's like my job is to butcher iconic songs. I think the hardest song I ever arranged was My Chemical Romance, Welcome to the Black Parade. Like, it's like a mini opera. It's like, what on earth do you cut out of that? But it's exciting because I'd say on half of them, we're trying to recreate, for me and the band, as close as we can to the original album sounds as we can. And then on the other half, we're trying to completely reimagine and take it in a different direction. We just want it to be excellent, and we always want to honor the artist that wrote these songs, and we're always trying to do it justice. I love, of course, doing Kellyoke with Kelly, but it's so cool when we have other artists come in and be a part of it. We've had Dwayne Johnson, Jimmy Fallon, Kelsey Grammer. Probably one of my all-time favorites was Ann Wilson from Heart. I've always said, to me, Kelly is the Ann Wilson of our generation. I mean, just that strong, rockin' voice. And so to hear them together, that was, I mean, I have to remind myself that I actually have to do work and music direct people around me because I can get lost in these moments. It's so cool. How could we unfold? I swear that I can see forever in your eyes. I think Kelly's had such longevity as an artist because she has a unique, innate sense of what is best for her voice and the art that she wants to make. And she is just Texas stubborn enough to say no to everybody else and put out the album she wants to put out. Her instincts are just incredible. Even when we're working together on writing and arranging and I don't fully understand it, I go with her instinct and it always pays off. So I think that's added a lot to her longevity. Playing for Kelly has definitely changed my life. I mean, I'm still working in music after 30 years, which is so rare. I never thought I could actually make a living playing music, and so to actually spend an entire life doing it, and for one of the, if not the best singers of my time, and because of the nature of what she does, to get to play so many styles of music and play with so many artists, yes, 100% it's changed my life. Hi, I'm Jason Halbert, and this has been the iconic keys behind Kelly Clarkson.